Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And man, Stellar is pumping like crazy, and I had so many people come up to me and ask what's going on, like they do for any coin, but Stellar here was out of the ordinary. But I think that is because they pump at like 70% or so, which basically, of course, got a lot of people really curious, and that's why today I'm doing something special. We're going to be giving away $80 worth of Stellar if this video hits 1,500 likes within 24 hours, alright? It's a Stellar video. I know, it's crazy, but alright, let's try it. So we're going to be giving away $80 if it hits 1,500 likes, and all you have to do is make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below. And Bitcoin, by the way, is also above 35,000 while making this. Of course, since it may be, a couple hours before I can actually post a video here, since I have to edit and do some stuff in between, might have already come down, might have already gone up like crazy, I do not know. But Stellar, as of this point, is also, let's quickly check it out here, also up 76, 74, whatever percent. It is going completely mental, so let's cover it. Well, a couple of days ago, actually about a week ago or so, there was an announcement, I believe on the 28th of December, about Stellar and Ukraine. However, on the 4th of January, officially, in a blog post by, I think, Ukraine themselves, actually, or at least in a post, Ukraine's Ministry of Digital Transformation to develop virtual assets and to facilitate CBDC infrastructure with the Stellar Development Foundation. So many people were really crazy bullish on this that I believe the price already went up about 20% or so. The thing is, I find it really strange how this price is moving right now, as the first time this announcement came out was the 28th of December, where the price did kind of nothing. It actually just kept on going down. And the first time it was really mentioned was the 4th here, where the price really just was still dumping, maybe, depending on when it was announced. Let's say it just pumped a little bit towards 16 cents or so. Then over the day, it didn't really do much either until the 5th, before it dumped, before pumping like crazy. Like this pump here, we cannot really say that it's all because of Ukraine, as it should have most likely happened sooner than, right? Because why otherwise would it happen this way? I find it really strange. Then I thought maybe, because on the 5th here they posted, yesterday SDF submitted a comment letter in response to FinCEN's proposed digital asset transaction rule. Danelle Dixon shared the full letter and an overview of our concerns with the rule and the process here. It could be because Stellar is very much involved with stablecoins, and we actually got a couple of really proper regulations out yesterday, or I should maybe say announcements, where stablecoins were not going to be deemed in a negative way. That was very positive. We thought Bitcoin would react to it. It didn't, but Stellar is so much involved with that maybe that was also positive for Stellar. Another part is how people are really in love with Danelle Dixon for everything she's doing for the space. First of all, this letter is at least written in her name, but if you scroll through her Twitter, you'll find so much of what she's involved with. This again is that statement of all the banks being able to use stablecoins, for example. And once more, Stellar is also using all of this. Here you can see a little bit more. If we go on though, Danelle Dixon here says, encouraged to see this embrace of innovation by U.S. regulators, Usocc, and their focus on customers who would benefit from the speed, efficiency, and interoperability and low cost of blockchain technology. Some others are saying that she, at least to a certain part, is actually to kind of thank for most of all these advancements, because she's in most of these talks, or at least a lot of them, and she of course contributes a lot to the space. Maybe people are getting more excited about them. And another one I found here was this week's Stellar Org updates. The story of 2020, Stellar's Quest Season 2 is underway, and how Satoshi Pay, let me quickly open it on the side here so I can show you guys the full thing here. I have to open Medium for that because it's an interesting document. But yeah, I found it really strange to see everything that's happening on that. It's so ridiculously much. Like, what is causing that? Like, why? But let's quickly check it out here as we go on. Stellar Dev Digest Issue 73. The story of 2020, Stellar Quest Season 2 is underway, and how Satoshi Pay leverages Stellar's DX. Maybe that has something to do with it? Who knows? Right? It could also be actually that Stellar and XRP pumped here because it was just overdue. It was down for a very long while here, and they were both really not supposed to be in that area, since if we're talking use case, it should be going up, and maybe that was not reflected, which could have also happened to XRP, but since XRP is being sued right now, it didn't pump like crazy. That's another way to kind of pinpoint it. Could also be, again, that just these currencies are now being involved quite a lot more. It could be because she's posting so much right now that people have just put so much more faith in the whole project as well because of everything she's talking about. I think, however, that most of this still points into the direction of the CBDC by Ukraine being created with Stellar. I still think that that makes the most amount of sense. Some others have said it's Jed McCaleb because he's dumping XRP. All these guys from XRP are getting over into Stellar. It could be. But there's just so many different explanations, and none of them make so much real sense. I want to also show you guys quickly Jed McCaleb's Twitter. I'm opening that on the side here. There's nothing much happening over there as well. Let's show Jed McCaleb. Let's quickly see. Here we go. Let me quickly take it back in. Jed McCaleb here. Nothing crazy. Nothing really posted. Nothing cool. Nothing like that. There's really nothing going on here. So from that perspective, once more, there's really nothing out of the ordinary, and this pump is definitely unexpected and unexplainable unless something happened which is just not on Twitter. Because if you type in XLM, all you'll find is this Ukraine news, and the fact that Stellar was pumping. You'll also find in a lot of articles. Do I have it open somewhere? Here, for example, Stellar's XLM token rallies to 2-year high on XRP woes, OCC ruling in Ukraine. So once more, the OCC ruling and Ukraine are most likely the two things to thank for this. But it could also be because most likely we're just brushing by a little bit of free zone here. So like we basically topped up here above our previous high. And since we kind of crossed that one, there was a little bit of free room. However, it should have seen some resistance a little bit earlier as well, so I'm just really confused as to what's happening right here, guys. It's just not that logical. It could, however, also be that because right now, XLM has not been sued and XRP has, and Stellar posted a little bit earlier, a couple of days ago, why they most likely would not be sued, and they're still continuing with a government-level partnership in Ukraine, that people are just very excited about them. I think that would be it, though. That sounds the most logical to me. It was reported that the Ukraine government selected the Stellar blockchain network to build its prospective CBDC, CF Benchmarks, Chung told CoinDesk. This is turning into a perfect storm for XLM because XRP is down right now. Some others are saying this is all elaborately done to take XRP out of the equation and get XLM to the top. Who knows? By the way, guys, check out GSX. It's a gold-backed coin. You might like it, you might not like it, whatever. I put a couple $1,000s in just to test and just to try it out. There's still a bonus right now because we're very early into this. There's other bonuses for buying huge amounts, but there's also 5% bonus for using my link. I think you get 5% and that's again what this little thingy is for right there. But yeah, check it out. The link is down below. Moving on, another thing I can explain for myself is that the correlation between crypto and the stock market, first of all, has changed a little bit, but more so that the correlation between cryptos has changed all the way. Like, first of all, it used to normally be Bitcoin goes up, and if Bitcoin goes up while we're in a kind of a bullish narrative, altcoins would go up more. And if Bitcoin goes down, altcoins would bleed more. However, what we've kind of seen right now is that all these altcoins are really taking their own course and really doing whatever they want, which is either because this is, again, alt season, where altcoins have not a really huge correlation to Bitcoin anymore, or because these coins are maturing and really building up their use case, their own use case, really leaving them alone from the bigger Bitcoin solution. Now, even though they are not officially non-securities just quite yet, so they should have a little bit of a correlation as they are, still dependent on Bitcoin, at least to a little bit, because it's the biggest pair as well, if you're not considering USDT or USD. Yeah, I do see a little bit of a difference here in the last couple of months, which definitely is reflected now by XLM, and also a little bit of XRP with the way that it's moving. We're seeing XRP move completely differently than most of the market, like almost all days, except right now. It's just following along, which is definitely strange as well. Like, why is it doing that? Why is it following along so nicely? And why are all our currencies going up like crazy here? I think it's alt season still. I'm very excited about what the future has to bring for us, guys. We're most likely going to make a lot of money here. But again, I do not know for certain, so don't take this as financial advice, but it's so crazy. Ethereum at 1170. We're just at all-time high, almost. Almost. And as long as Bitcoin doesn't fold over, all-time high for Ethereum is really around the corner as well. And it's such a crazy time. Justin Bennett said, what do you plan to do with your crypto profits besides buying a Lambo? Well, that's not the first priority, but I still wonder, what would you guys do with it? Would you put into some new, cool profit ways, like some new passive income ways? Or what would your goal be? Make sure you check out Growth Masters Academy if you want to know about what I'm doing. Because again, this is my normal job. This is what I do for a living. It's pretty cool. Check it out. But I also want to know from you guys, so put it in the comment section down below, what would your plans be if crypto really pays off? And it goes completely crazy, and you go like times 1,000, for example. Your money goes times 1,000 or times 100. And the reason I'm saying times 1,000 is because quite a lot of people I've spoken to don't have, for example, $1,000 in crypto, don't have $10,000 in crypto. And if you don't, it's going to be a lot more difficult to really get to a point where you're like rich enough to not do anything anymore or something along those lines. But a little bit later or a little bit earlier, depending on when I launch this video exactly, I'll also talk about, the real afterwards and the real passiveness of everything. But yeah, stay tuned for that. I'll talk about it really soon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video.